Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Jakarta. You join me at the Britama Arena, and there is excitement aplenty as we witness the second semi-final in the Axiata Cup 2012. This inaugural event, which is drawing a lot of interest around Southeast Asia, of course, because the powerhouses of badminton, Indonesia and Malaysia, have made it through to the semi-finals. Both their teams have got through. Rajawali, the second squad of Indonesia, comprehensively beating the juniors, you might say, the backup team from Malaysia, the Malaysian Leopards, the Macan Tutul. They beat them in Kuala Lumpur yesterday by 3-0 and will be favourites to go through to the final. They'll be matching up in just a while, and there is the lineup. Tommy Sugiarto, who is making fantastic progress, of course, the son of a former world champion. He'll be matched up against another major son of a big player, Misbun Ramdan, and he will be hoping to improve on his performance yesterday. It was a 21-17, 21-6 victory for Sugiarto. It's also going to be a Saputra Pratama's doubles outing here for Indonesia. Yesterday it was Chandra and Gunawan. So Teo Yi and Nelson Heg of Malaysia, the former world junior champions, will have a different challenge facing them today here in Jakarta. Malaysia have got very little wriggle room. They lost by 3-0, but the most important thing is they also lost 2-0 in each of those matches. Here are the Malaysians coming in, and we saw Misbun, Ramdan Misbun. We also saw Zulfadli Zulkifli. Here's in the pink top because he's not playing today. The boy that I'm really interested in seeing, Iskandar Zulkarnain, is also there. And then Iyi, of course, and Wei Kiat. Here are the Indonesian Rajawali players. They are not juniors. They are certainly older. They're more experienced than their Malaysian counterparts. Tommy Sugiarto, Rian Agung Saputra, Angga Pratama, and Dionysius Hayom Rumbaka is also in there. It's going to be a tough call. Alban Yulianto Chandra, Hendra Aprida Gunawan, Rustavito, of course, who also played in Kuala Lumpur in the preliminary rounds, and there's a youngster. Hey! Great to see the youngsters coming in and enjoying what will be a great atmosphere once we get underway. It's already a fabulous, booming, horn-filled, cheer-filled, flag-filled sight here at the Britama Arena. And the Axiata Cup, really, the semi-final weekend has been very well received here in Jakarta. I'm sure in Kuala Lumpur as well. But the Indonesian second stringers are almost there. They're almost in the final. Tommy Sugiarto was just taking off his tracksuit top there, has just got to win one game. Even if he loses the match, he's only got to win one game, and it means that Indonesia will go through. So I'm not trying to spoil your excitement, but I really am just putting it down on the line, the real severity of the challenge that the Malaysian players face here. The atmosphere is very impressive. It's intense. It's typical of Jakarta in festival time during a major badminton event. $1 million at stake, $1 million US. And I have to say that is huge when it comes to a team event like this. It just shows the importance that Axiata and also Total Sports Asia, TSA, attach the importance to this particular venture, the first major Southeast Asian venture for many, many years. It's the ASEAN Men's Team Championships, and Tommy Sugiarto there, ranked 16 in the world. And you have to say that that really is it's going to be a tough, tough call for Misbun Ramdan. He's got the ability, but has he got the consistency? Mr. Naranon, I'm not going to even attempt his second name there, but he's in the umpire's chair, and he's assisted by Jose Jaden from the Philippines. The officials there, they've done a great job throughout the tournament. We've had a couple of weekends now, and the players are very, very happy, not just with the format, but also with the whole professionalism that this team, the whole Axiata Cup has been conducted. So we saw Hendrawan with the yellow top just earlier in the cutaway, and there's also on the single side Mulyo Handoyo, and also for the double Sigit Pamungyas for Indonesia. Pang Chechang is here as the doubles coach, with Hendrawan the singles coach. And the atmosphere, as I've said before, is very, very intense. It's there you go, the cutaways here, and all the TV coverage brought to us by ANTV as our host broadcaster. They've done a great job in bringing the pictures, and I hope you're enjoying it wherever you are. There behind Misbun Ramdan, you saw the green boards, the A boards. They are the virtual reality boards, so you'll see some advertising throughout the match, but the players will not see it. It's only through camera. Here we go. First point, it goes to Indonesia. Tommy Sugiarto will be pretty confident here after his display yesterday in Kuala Lumpur. Short on the forehand there from Misbun Ramdan. 2-0. There's a distinct possibility, of course, of both the Indonesian teams getting into the final. That'll be a lot of money at stake there. That's a lovely drop, and the first blood drawn there by Misbun Ramdan. He has got to fight for his life right here. Even one game will give the whole tie and a place in the final to Rajawali, Indonesia. It's short. Ramdan forces the error off the backhand side, playing it down the line. Sugiarto now just has well, in fact, it is Malaysian Leopards have taken the lead 3-2. Yeah, he just took an extra little bit of pace there to get to the net, and that was the problem. It forced the error. It's 3-all in the first. That's gone. It's a very, very high ceiling here, huge ceiling inside this Britama arena. Good target into the body there from Ramdan for 4-all. He's being competitive. It's a tough call for him. Inside the cauldron of Jakarta. Just out. There's a lot of action in the crowd, I can tell you. They are having a ball. It's a big festival, taking real advantage of a fabulous Axiata Cup initiative. That was excellent defense by Tommy Sugiarto, and that really was fabulous. He was competitive throughout the rally, but then when Ramdan tried to put a bit of pressure on, he was equal to it. Excellent. Oh, what extraordinary reflexes there on the forehand side, but as he was reaching away to go to the left, Sugiarto could still find the racket head. Brilliant. 7-4. It's important now that Ramdan does not allow Sugiarto any kind of confidence. It was a good matchup yesterday, 17 and 16. That was better, threatening to drop it onto the backhand side, but continues to play it down the forehand, and it caught Sugiarto guessing. Good work for 6-7. It's a great rally, this. The best rally of the match so far. It's out, and that's a fantastic point for Misbun Ramdan. 7-all. He levels it with 7-all with some really, really calm, disciplined play. He was taking everything that Sugiarto could throw at him and pushing it back with a little bit of interest each time, keeping the pressure on. Excellent rally for Ramdan. Oh, and he's forcing even more errors here. So 4 points in a row for Ramdan. He takes the lead at 8-7. Consistency is everything. Accuracy is obviously vital, but consistency. Oh, and a little bit lazy on that backhand. Even the serve was a little bit cocky. Concentration. I learnt the moves. (9-8) to Sugiarto. This is a step-ladder match at the moment. Ooh. It's 9-all, and you have to say that Ramdan would have learnt a lot from his matchup yesterday. It's in. It's very well flighted, beautifully judged. He goes to 10. And again, he is playing very, very well. Misbun Ramdan, if you're watching in Malaysia at the moment, then you must be very pleased with what you're seeing. The youngster, the 21-year-old, is putting on a great show here for Malaysia. Fantastic shot down the line. He had Sugiarto at 6s and 7s there. Absolutely no idea where that shuttle was going to be played. A brilliant backhand from Ramdan down the line. Superb placement for 11-9. They go to the break, and I have to say Hendra will be delighted with that. If he can just keep the pressure on here, take the first game, put some doubts into Sugiarto's mind, that will be the way to play it. But he has missed a couple of shots, but I tell you what, he knows he's in the spotlight. He knows that rarely do you get a chance to play at this level with this kind of cauldron of excitement. It's a great opportunity the Axiata Cup presents to the the up-and-coming players. I'm really, really delighted for them. So, consistency. Ramdan with the serve, 11-9, first game. Gee, they're playing well. They are playing brilliantly, these two. It's short at the net. Unlucky there in that drop attempt. Sugiarto picks up the point, but I tell you what, he was under pressure there from Ramdan throughout the whole rally. Excellent play, both sides of the net. At the end of the day, we want entertainment. And these two, in fact, the whole of the Axiata Cup is providing it. Good backhand, solid, into the pocket of Sugiarto. He couldn't control it. 12-10. This is looking very solid. Okay, good work. Sugiarto anticipating well, stayed at the net, but Ramdan will learn from that. He knows that he can shape up to play a drop and then put it over his head next time. There you go. Then it opens up the court. That's exactly what he had in his mind. Good work, Ramdan. His court strategy there, perfect. What you like to see in youngsters like this is them thinking through the match, not just playing instinct all the time. They've got to think strategy. (12-13). It's a good battle here. Opening game of the second semi-final of the Axiata Cup in Jakarta. Bye-bye. Oh, he's got it back, but not the second time. Good to see Ramdan getting a bit excited as well. He pumped his fist as that one went down. Watch him. Bang. 14-12. Great start here for Misbun Ramdan. Well, he took Sugiarto, player from the 80s, really did so well in his career. And of course, his son looks to be emulating him. A lot of pressure. We've got exactly the same on the other side of the net, of course, with Misbun. It's out, just too long. It was a great concept from Sugiarto to play it there flat and long, but it was too long. 15-12, looking good for Misbun Ramdan. Great play, brilliant wrist movement. You watch this, I tell you, this was excellent. Not only was he in control, it was the super wrist as well. Didn't jump smash it, just took it in his stride, took it early. Excellent. Great pickup. He is absolutely on fire at the moment. Misbun Ramdan, don't forget, he took a game from Taufik Hidayat. Now that, a lot of people say it was no big deal because Taufik always starts slowly. That's not true. Taufik was absolutely determined and definitely focused, but Misbun was right there, and I can tell you now, it was a very, very impressive performance. I'll tell you the score in a moment when I get to it. Yeah, he took him 15-21 in the first, then lost it 5-10 when Taufik got very angry. Well, this is a good bit of luck, good bit of fortune at the net. The tape came to Ramdan's rescue. 18-12, great, really big, impressive first game. And he won the point. Is that a bit of arrogance or what? Certainly he wasn't going to get in a position to play. We'll repeat this one a few times, I expect. Wow, behind the back there from Misbun. He's got a 19-12 here. He's going to take this first game. So Malaysia's live's still there. Now, the focus has got to be maintained. Sugiarto, it will not be easily overcome in this first game, I can tell you. He will want to win in 2. He's had a lot of success throughout 2010 and 2011 as Sugiarto. That's out. That is 20 points to 13. It's game point in favour of Misbun Ramdan of Malaysia. And the Malaysian Leopards have got a little bit of a sting in the tail here. No one expects them to get through. But watch out. They are in great shape at the moment. That was underneath the net. Got a little bit anxious with that one, but at 14-20, it's still 6 game points. Ramdan, so that's already a huge success for Misbun. It's in, it's 15-20. Well, don't let it slip here. Don't let the concentration waver, Misbun. One point required. That's it. It's 21-15, and that is exactly the same score as Ramdan took Taufik Hidayat in the preliminary rounds. 21-15 on that occasion as well. Now, this time he has got to continue with his unbelievably good work and consistency and see whether or not he can get his own back and put it back onto Sugiarto. Don't forget he lost yesterday, 17-16 in Malaysia, but he's already taken the first game here, and Hendran must be absolutely delighted with what he's seen. Obviously the coach originally from Indonesia, but his loyalties and his paymasters are in Malaysia now, and let me tell you, he is very serious about improving the chances and the potential of this Malaysian team. Very impressive. Well, since he took the interval at 11-9, Ramdan was in control. He's just got to keep his tail up here. And with Iskandar Zulkarnain being preferred to Zulfadli in the second singles, you never know. Rumbaka is in great form, but Iskandar is a hugely determined young man. So, second game, here we go, in service, Ramdan. Great shot, Sugiarto. Super shot from deep. Ichuk, of course, his father was the champion, 1983, the World Championship. A little bit of anxiety from Ramdan. He doesn't need to push, he's just got to keep the shuttle in play. The glitterati, I suppose you could say, of Indonesian badminton is here as well for 3-0 now. Sugiarto immediately responds to the challenge. Oh dear. It's always the danger when you win a game, relax a little bit, and you do it at your peril. Great shot, took it early again, body shot. He's broken the duck now, it's 1-4. But I have to tell you, in this Axiata Cup first semi-finals, of course, victories all round for the Indonesian Rajawali team. Malaysia cannot afford to lose one game in the return. Out, 2-4. The incessant noise you can see in the top left of your picture there, the crowd again continuing to make a huge din and a big impact. That's long. That's short. It's 3-5. Again, Ramdan finds a really, really good level in that rally. I was impressed with the fact that he was prepared to mix it. Even the big court clear did its job. That was excellent. Oh, what a backhand. Again, he takes it so early because that means he must be anticipating well. The racket is already there, you see, expecting that shuttle. The backhand is dead. Perfect shot. 4-5. That's out. So he's wasted all that effort. Got to be a little bit careful on the line. 6-4. Nice net play from the backhand side this time from Ramdan. 5-6. Sugiarto's got 3 years, 2.5 years senior over Ramdan. They've both got beautiful style. Just gone again. Oh dear. I'm not going to mention the wind too much, but enough to say that it's obviously, with all the air cons around and the very, very high ceilings and a lot of flag waving and horn blowing and so on, it's bound to have an influence inside a big, big arena like this. But it's the same for both teams, both sides. Who adapts better? That was a big point. 8-5. A lot of extra power into that one from Sugiarto. Yeah, great shot. This is looking ominous at 9-5 now. Ramdan has got to really put a big, big effort in to stop this particular momentum building. That's better. Again, he takes it really early. It was a fantastic angle, and you can see Hendrawan is willing him to try and take the shuttle early, keep the pressure on. Before, it was enough just to keep the shuttle in play. Now, he has got to attack. That's a really bad error on the forehand. It was nowhere near accurate enough. 10-6 Sugiarto. I think it even took the frame of the racket. Good jump smash from Sugiarto. He goes to the break at 11-6 in the lead. It's a huge uphill battle now for Malaysia Leopards. Misbun Ramdan already, Hendrawan has said that reaching the semi-finals was a target and ambition, and he's achieved that. But you really would like to see one or two of these players coming through and taking at least a match, wouldn't you? Julio Handoyo, don't know whether you can see, but he's got on the front of his top there, he's wearing the new academy logo for Taufik's Academy to be opened in June. The Taufik Hidayat School or Academy, an eight-court showpiece arena. Yeah, the moment you put it up down the center of the court like that, I mean, it was an excellent piece of net play from Sugiarto, but he is an absolute master at finding a gap, and on that occasion, finding the body. That was the target. 12-6. The Axiata name in the middle of the court there is not actually on the onyx carpet. That's another virtual reality creation, just in case you're a little bit wondering how the players can play with that in the middle. They're not. They don't see it. Right, here's the opportunity then. 8-12. Good work. Forcing the pace, but that's what he's going to have to do. 9-12. I don't have a bias here, incidentally. It maybe sounds as if I do, but I just want Ramdan to get the confidence to really, really take his man on here. He has a brilliant first game. He's got to get back into this second. Yeah, the moment he puts it down the middle, it's only 3/4 lift. He's going to be in trouble. He's played so well into the corners and at the net. No need to put it down the middle. Again, I think he'll learn from that and try and keep it away from that strength of Sugiarto. 13-9, looking ominous now. 8 points to go. Guarantee a place in the final for Rajawali. Out of court. 10-13. The first singles in any team event is so vital. Sets the tone, it gives the whole squad a lift. It's a good one. It's 11-13. Nicely played. He's avoiding lifting it to the middle at the moment, keeping it tight at the net or just putting it into the corners. I think that's good tactics. Again, half a chance. Sugiarto attacks. 14-11. Yeah, that's an excellent shot, but it was set up by a very, very good backhand, wasn't it? The backhand forced that lift, which is only a game, 3/4. And Ramdan could put it anywhere he fancied. It's 12-14. They take a little towel down break here. And I guess the crowd really, really enjoying it. XL on her cheeks. And certainly one of the brands most prevalent here in Indonesia under the umbrella of Axiata. Very, very popular everywhere you go. I was down in Bali just for a few days between these matches, and XL was everywhere advertised, so it's obviously a big brand here in Indonesia. It's the danger one again. Okay, it wasn't immediate, but the pressure was building up, and after 3 shots, Sugiarto had his way. Got to avoid that center channel. I think we need a little bit of a mopping down here. They're putting in a big effort. It looks as if it might go to 3 games, with Sugiarto in the lead by 15-12. Well, the Istora Senayan is always the place that I remember for huge atmosphere, but everywhere they go, the Indonesians are putting on a great supporting show as well. It's 16-12. It worked first time around the back, not then. I have to say, I really like the way that Misbun Ramdan moves. He's a very athletic player. I think he could play any sport if he put his mind to it. He's got that kind of loose body. Oh, he defended so well. Had the chance to kill. That would have made a big difference at 14-16. As it now stands at 17-13. What a shame. Did everything absolutely right. Sugiarto will be lucky there. He turns away in celebration. I tell you what, he was really fortunate. I've just had a little thought. At what stage do you think that these sons of great badminton players could beat their dads? What was the moment of recognition? It would have been lovely to be there, wouldn't it? It's out. It's 18-13. And well left. 19-13. It is a procession. And with just 2 points to go, although they probably won't realise it in the crowd here, that's all it will take for Indonesia to go through to the final. That's great play. 14-19. Only another 7 of those kinds of rallies for Ramdan. The peak of fitness, both these players, they really do impress. With their levels of fitness, they move between points lucidly and easily, but once it's under pressure in rally. Watch out. Great recovery. That's the point that goes up in the air, and Sugiarto eats for breakfast. The big problem with that centre lift is that Sugiarto can keep you guessing right to the end, and on that occasion, Ramdan thought it was going to go down his forehand side. It's game points. Not yet, it's 15-20. Ramdan took the first game, 21-15. He's facing a similar score in the second against him. That's in, it's 16. Sugiarto lifts his hand. Umpire, Mr. Naranon, says player-let. It's 16-20, still 4 game points. It's 17-20. If he can squeeze to 19-20, watch out. That's it, it's 21-17. And Indonesia, Rajawali celebrate the fact that they have now got a place in the final of the first Axiata Cup 2012 by virtue of the fact that Tommy Sugiarto has taken 1 game here from Ramdan. That means even if Malaysia Leopards win 3-0, they will, on account back of games, lose because they have now conceded 1. I'm sure that Tendrawan and Ramdan realise that, but now it's the big challenge of trying to play as well as you can, keep the entertainment going, and I'm sure that Ramdan will be out to push Sugiarto all the way right here. Disappointment for Malaysia in one sense, but they will be celebrating the fact that they've already got 1 game here in Jakarta. Coming later on, of course, if you're watching here, wherever you're watching actually, there's going to be another matchup in Kuala Lumpur this evening, and it will be a huge one. Indonesia Garuda versus Malaysia Tigers. 2-1 in the first to Garuda. Hafiz beat Conchoro. Don't know the lineup of team members, but it's going to be huge. It's still not impossible for Malaysia to get through. That will be at 8 o'clock local time live. I think in Malaysia it'll be on Astro, so obviously you watch out for that one up in Malaysia. Very, very exciting. But there is a possibility, with Indonesia having got through to the final here in Jakarta, that Rajawali will be meeting Garuda in the final. Sugiarto putting pressure on, finding a way through Ramdan's defence. Great rally, well left there by Ramdan. 1-1. Ramdan is bossing this rally. And then he puts it long. This Indonesian crowd encouraging the smash. In the end, it was an out shuttle. 2-1, Sugiarto. 2-2. Oh, that's in, it's 3-2. Well, there's quite a number of players from Indonesia and from Malaysia looking to take over the #1 slot and the #1 hero. Not since. That's good net play from Ramdan. Great work. That's a brilliant rally from Ramdan. 3-3. Not since Taufik, really, at his winning the World Championships and the Athens Olympic gold. Not since Taufik have they had a real big star hero in the singles coming through. Santoso, of course, ranked, I think, 9 in the world above Taufik's 11 at the moment. But Sugiarto's got a real chance of moving right up the ladder. Ramdan is a similar kind of potential player, together with Iskander. And of course, the present world junior champion, Zulfadli. There's a lot of really good talent in Indonesia and in Malaysia in the men's singles. Oh dear, he'll be really annoyed with himself there. Played exactly the right shot, but just too much power. Yeah, brilliant. A regular teacher of the game would say, hey, you can't do that until you're good enough in terms of snatching at it and playing so much wrist. But of course, when you are as talented as Ramdan, you certainly can. Again, the body target, and it works. 6-4. We're in the third game of the first match. The Malaysian Leopards against Indonesia Rajawali. Rajawali, of course, beat the Malaysian A team in Kuala Lumpur. The Tigers, as a big upset, they beat them 2-1. Well, that occasion, Rumbaka beat Hafiz Hashim, having taken the first. Hashim then fell apart. And then in the doubles, Britama and Suputro beat King Kiat and Bun Hyong. It was only Darren Liu that saved a little bit of pride by beating Rustavito. So 2-1 to Rajawali against the A squad of Malaysia. Sugiarto from the left at 7-5. Another great rally, it touched the tape. It's all in the game, I'm afraid. Sugiarto wins the point, 8-5. Well, a lot has been expected of Ramdan and all his junior or younger singles players. And of course, the Sidek brothers themselves, Misbun, Jelani, Rajiv and Rashid. Absolutely dynamic, and what an era when they were playing. Another great rally building here. It's just out. Yep, it was just out. Ramdan looks at the umpire. He's not going to get any sympathy. It was a great call by the line judge. And look at that, it was a super effort, but wow, it was out. Honest. Well, that's a great shame. At 9-5, it was an excellent rally. Change of racket there for Sugiarto. Right, we're back with the action at 9-5, Sugiarto in the third and final game. 6-9 now. Ramdan's got to avoid putting that shuttle down the middle and high. That's just out. 10-6. Yeah, again, he's just left too much to Sugiarto's favourite power play. But I have to say, Ramdan is playing a very, very intelligent all-round game. He's defending well, he's using the net play beautifully. He is very impressive young man, but he's got to win the big, big points. And there, well, I'm afraid that is going to be the case here, because already Malaysia, despite the fact that it's 1-1 in the first match, because they lost 3-0 in the first semi-final, they're already going to stay in Malaysia when the finals are on. Well, you saw the cutaway there. Tommy's father, Ichuk, the 1983 world champion, had a graphic on him, as well as the camera several times. So he'll be enjoying this. Well, they've got the cups before the cups have been presented. I'm sure they don't look like that. Okay, the first error then, really, from Tommy Sugiarto, certainly since the break. It's 8-12 now, Ramdan. It's up to you. Oh dear. It was wild, and obviously so many things went through his mind there. He probably had a look at Sugiarto's position on the court, but that was very, very wild. That's good. It was a dummy, wasn't it? It was a really good feint on the backhand side there from Ramdan. 9-13, he's got to stay in touch. Couple of points now, will put pressure on. Hendrawan just saying, yeah, come on, let's attack. Too difficult, though, when you play it so easily to the middle. One of the greatest thrills, of course, for any sportsman, once you're through your playing days and you start a family and you watch your kids come through and you don't put too much pressure on. You say, hey, it's up to you, whether you want to play the sport that I enjoyed. It's the same for both these players here. Their dads will be so, so proud of them. To get to this level of achievement is a remarkable, remarkable thing. The genes are certainly flowing through the blood of both these players. Just wide. Yeah, this is now do or die time for Ramdan. Certainly not as happy at this end as he is or was at the other. That's a much better, more accurate, precise drop shot. Good work, 10-15. It's in, it's an absolute peach of a backhand down the line from Sugiarto. That will probably be that. 16-10. Ramdan needed some big, big points. Great recovery, that's long. Super recovery from Ramdan there for 11-16. It was 17-16 in yesterday's matchup. It's 1-1 in games, so already Ramdan has improved, but that is wild. His control has not been there in this third and final game. 17-11. Sugiarto, Tommy Sugiarto, looking in great position. That's gone again. So both players struggling to keep the shuttle in play. 12-17. Oh, it's come over. Can't believe it. How hard can you strike the net and still get it over? 18 points to 12. Ramdan, he can't believe it either. It was a beautiful drop shot that in desperation, Sugiarto found it. What's this? Unbelievable. He's in control at 19-12 in the third. A brave effort by Ramdan. Two points for victory here after losing the first. That shows a lot of determination. That's way out of court. Oh, and another huge miss. That is match point now for Tommy Sugiarto and Indonesia Rajawali. He'll be so disappointed with this one. Watch this. Okay, it was a little bit behind his head, but he took it early and he should have made it. 13-20, that's it, it's 21-13. And Indonesia Rajawali have won this opening match through Tommy Sugiarto. It was a brave effort by Misbun Ramdan, but in the end, the sons of great players put on a super show for us here. And Indonesia Rajawali confirmed their position in the final of the Axiata Cup in 2012 in a couple of weekends' time. Great effort by the Malaysian youngster. But Tommy Sugiarto, to the great delight of the crowd here, comes through. And of course, we saw his father as well in the crowd. He'll be delighted and very proud that there's big money at stake here in a couple of weekends' time in Jakarta. Rajawali Indonesia 1, Leopards of Malaysia 0.